some of you may have noticed that the website has a countdown. Can you all see that?
Is it live now?
Yeah. Yeah, so website has a countdown. What is it counting down to? So, or do you want to tell everybody what Dimi Quando means?
Of course. Curtis, are they looking at that?
They are. They're looking at this right now. And that's
Okay. All right, folks. We're tonight is a special one. This is a special presentation. We're actually right now. Adam raced home and Ashley raced home so they could be in front of their computers. But we have talked historically about, you guys know where we were. We started this adventure and some of you started coming to the table. Now there's a lot of you. This thing is growing like a rabbit farm on a hormone diet right now. And I have just a little bit of, it's good, a little bit of fear, the good kind of fear. I want a goal so big that it scares the blazes out of me. And I think we got one. And we started this discussion talking about where we were. We're going to talk about not only where we are right now tonight, but also where we're going. And first and foremost, it's a question, Dimi Quando. It's actually a song. It was my mom's favorite song. When she immigrated in the 1950s, there was a song. It's like one of those kind of old timey songs, And my mom would like do the
recording in progress.
And then they ask quando, which is tell me when. That's the actual translation. Tell me when. And so I thought it was a fitting way to kick off our little timer. We have this on our website. Curtis, I don't even know how Curtis did it. There's robots counting things down.
I'm literally hitting the buttons and I'm changing it every second.
So
changing.
Good job, you. I don't know what they're paying you, but it's not enough. I'm doubling your 401k. The countdown is towards a date. It was very, very, very scientifically decided what date this is, but it is going to 10:10 at 10 a.m. at 10 after 10.
10 a.m. Yeah. So 10 a.m. Right? October 10th at 10 a.m. So what this is counting down towards, I will tell you.
Go ahead.
So this is what we're terming our soft launch. Soft launch meaning no orders, no pre-orders yet. This will be when we open up actual enrollments where you'll be able to go in. If you choose to participate in this opportunity and work with us, you'll be able to go in, enroll, and then get access to some of the back office where then you can start actually building your business and your organization. So those of you that have been participating up to this point, you'll receive an invite. We'll plug you into that. You'll receive an invite early on. If you choose to participate or not, you can then follow that invite and get early access so that then when that time hits, you're ready to start going. So we're excited. At that point, we will also move out of the NDA phase so that we can make it a lot easier on
the countdown is the end of the NDA phase.
Yes, that's also.
Oh my gosh, we are all gonna miss that. A little bit, Curtis, like a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit, right?
Adam and I are gonna miss it so much. No, we appreciate everyone's patience. We know that the NDAs. I'm gonna stop sharing this right here, but this is exciting. So keep an eye on that. We'll keep teasing out little things here and there. So know that we appreciate your patience and working with us through the NDA phase. Anything that's important and that's worthwhile is worth protecting. And we really feel confident that what we're doing and what we're building is worth protecting. And we also feel that your time and your attention and who you are is worth protecting as well. So we take it very seriously, the different people we have on the call, the people that we're talking with and working with. And we're grateful for your time and attention, but we also want to protect you and protect your information. And this NDA phase allows everyone to kind of keep everything under wraps, and we'll slowly start rolling things out. So anything that we share here on the call, anything that isn't out there on social media or on our website that we're putting out there, please keep locked down under this NDA phase. And then as we get out there, we're working on some additional tools to help speed things up as well, to get some more specific presentations. We're working on a comp plan video based upon the last comp plan presentation we did. We're cleaning that up so that that's something that we can get in your hands in the next week or so, because we want to continually improve the process. We want duplication to start happening. So we're going to work on getting some better tools in your hands, content, other things to allow you to start taking this forward. And we'll continue to support as we go.
Good. Okay. Thank you, sir. Hey, Ashley, did we announce this on social, by the way, on our little social media? Can I ask you?
Right as soon as Chris announced it, it got published so you guys can see it. Share it, whatever you want to do with it.
You're on like blue bonnet. Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate it. We're going to go a little less formal tonight, but we do have lots of great visuals to get to.
Because we're normally very formal.
Oh, yes. I think I'm going to try to not use the analogy of a colonic, though I just said it. We have some really great announcements to make. And if you're new to this call for the first time, we've been doing these for several weeks now, and it's a little bit of progressive information release. But tonight we have a bunch of visuals to show you. And there is something I've been saying for the last few weeks, we all have, and that is we do have some surprises. We wanted to announce it to you guys when we knew for a fact that we could talk about the release date and then it would be everything we wanted it to be. We've cracked the door and showed you part of the story. And tonight you're going to see a lot more. Sometimes Christmas comes early. We kind of got our wish list. And my brother Joe, I think they've got they have a game down at the manufacturer. It's called Pin the Tail on the Jackass Who Keeps Coming In and making our life difficult because Joe's asking them to do things they've never done at a couple of our manufacturing partners. Joe's down. Joe, are you out there? Give a little hidey ho. Can I see? Yeah, there you are. Ciao mio fratello. He's down in southern Utah right now. In a couple of days, his son is getting married, and I'll be at the wedding, Joe. I promise you. I'll be heading out in 2 days. But my brother and I'm just going to give a quick informal, for those of you who are new, a little shout out to some of the folks on the line here. Oh, we have visuals. No, that one's bye-bye. That had to go. That was something else. I'm Gordon. Sono Angelo. My brother Joe is on the other side. I am the chairman and CEO. That sounds like I have no personality. It's probably way more job title than I deserve. But I've been in this industry in nutrition and direct selling my whole life. I think, as crazy as that sounds, as nutty as that sounds, Joe and our first job, Joe, you were probably 5 or 6 years old, I think, right? I was like 9 or 10, correct? I think somewhere around there.
Yeah. It was, we were young. Let's put it that way.
Why don't you tell everybody what we did, Joe? Since, so we can, people don't believe it, but that was our first job. Why don't you tell them about that?
Yeah, it started the Canadian division of a network marketing company, a health and wellness network marketing company started by our father, was in the basement of our house. If you could just envision this, it's like this small town in rural Ontario, Canada, about an hour and a half north of Toronto. And it was literally on a dirt road. And this company started in the basement of our home, and our dad built all these shelves, and Gordon and I were old enough. I mean, well, I was like 4 or 5, Gordon. You would have been, 7 or 8. And we would just go around on our skateboards and fill orders. That's what we did. Like, that was our first job. And that grew over, I think, Gordon, it was like 3 or 4 years in our home. And people would come to our house. Like, we saw this at a very early age. Like, to me, this industry of direct sales just represents good. People come over, they order some product, they leave, they come back, they're like, "Hey, I'm feeling better." We're like, "Ooh." And whereas a kid, I'm like, "That's cool. That's cool." Like, it just, people got better. Like, this is fun. And then we would go on family vacations, and we would go to like conventions, and we would go. It was like wild, Gord. It was like a pretty bizarre upbringing that way. And our mom owned a health food store, so we kind of got it from all different angles.
Yeah, it was a weird upbringing. I have Joe tell it because we tell the exact same story. We did have skateboards. It was like the late 70s. So, like, imagine, Joe with his Charlie's Angel shirt and me with my Incredible Hulk Lou Ferrigno shirt, right? And we would pick up orders and we would listen to like the Do Run by Sean Cassidy or whatever the hell we were listening to back then. But along the way, over the years, we grew up and worked in this industry, and in 2002, we started a company. And along the way, we met some amazing folks, many of which are on the line tonight. And I got to say thank you to you guys. You're amazing. But I picked up a few hitchhikers along the way, or they picked me up. I don't know which way you look at it. One of them is my partner here, Curtis. He's way more sophisticated. He was raised in California, at least mostly, and he counts zeros and ones, and he's ridiculously savvy when it comes to all pragmatic things, especially the things that are e-commerce and internet related. He even lived in New York City, like New York City. He lived downtown New York City, okay, and not like upstate New York across the border from Joe and I in the middle of Nowheresville. We're talking like Manhattan, right?
Yeah, no, I was lucky in my youth in the late '90s. I stumbled into the internet marketing world and building e-commerce businesses way back then, and eventually figured out how to make more money than I was spending, and got heavily into the affiliate marketing world, what it was back then, and followed that all along through the birth and growth of social media, mobile, everything else. So I've been deeply involved in the e-commerce, affiliate marketing, and ad tech space and world for a long time. And so it was really fun to connect with Gordon about a year and a half ago, and some other business endeavors. And with this team here, this last year putting this together. And I'm so excited about the powers that we bring together, all the different team members, and the passion that Gordon and Joe clearly have for the space. I love to hear the stories of your background, because it's important for all of you on the call to know that this isn't just a business for them or for me or for Ashley or any of us. This is a real passion. We love this business model, the business model of direct sales, the community, and I think you'll see that throughout the presentation, the branding, the story, the products. We really love this space, and we're very dedicated to it.
Yeah, absolutely. And you said we connected, but we actually reconnected, Curtis, because Ashley out there, give a little wave, Ashley. Ashley, she's also from California. I always do this like, they're from California, so that you guys will think they're sophisticated. Ashley and I've worked with Ashley we figured out 17 and a half, 18 years. Ashley, I've worked with you. And that would seem impossible if you look at Ashley, but we met Curtis because I had an entertainment company, and Ashley and I were making an independent film. And Curtis had some folks. He had a tech company, and he got somebody doing special effects. So Ashley is running a couple of entrepreneurial ventures with me. She's ridiculously talented, and you'll hear about the fact that she helped formulate the skincare line. But also, little wave, Adam Blake. You can wave right there. I don't think you want to be on sound right now because you're taking care of your kids, right? Am I correct? Yeah, thumbs up. All right, good job. We'll keep you on just V, no A tonight, okay? Adam, oh wait, you're on the other slide. Wait a second. Oh no. Adam. Oh, look at Adam. Adam's stuck in between our CFO and our general counsel to keep him honest. Adam's got the new guy smell. He started last week, and I worked with Adam. Adam, your first job when you were 18, the second you became an adult, you could vote and you came to work for Sango. Unbelievable. Honestly, Adam's done pretty much everything from pick and pack to customer service to you name it. And his mother, I love to death. She was our first employee at Zango, and Adam is officially employee number 1 here at OLIABO. So thanks. Welcome aboard, Adam. We're going to have you give 20 minutes on dynamic impression later in the call. So ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to this call, here is our company. It's called OLIABO. It is the name of the company. It is the name of our brand. It stands for, I was asked again today, I forget to explain why we call it Oilabo sometimes. Olia is the Italian word for oil, the feminine of it. My daughter's name is also Leah, L-I-A. And then the other word is botanica. And botanica, fused together with Olia, Olia Botanica is the complete name of the company. We know nobody would ever pronounce that. So we are Oilabo, and we say below there, Vita Bella. And if I don't explain it, people say, what does that mean? It simply means the good life, right? And I think that every one of us has a red, white, and blue right to experience that if we want. We say it's Italian purity meets American purpose. Joe and I we're Italians, but we're kind of Olive Garden Italians. We're raised in the United States or in Canada. And so we have 50% genetic programming from my Italian immigrant mom and 50% programming from my Canadian dad. So he taught us to like boiled potatoes, and my mom taught us to like everything spicy. This is our imaging. For those of you who are new to the call, I apologize you're getting a fast forward through things because we usually unpack this more. But there are folks on this call that want to see a few slides I'm about to show. So let me just quick through this. There was a period after World War II. There was austerity programs that happened during World War II. And my mom was raised during World War II in Italy. So kind of a bleak time. It was a world war. It was a war that the whole world was in. There was they wouldn't allow pockets on pants a lot of places. That's one of the movements that they had because, it's war. It's kind of a bummer. But after World War II, an explosion of color happened in the world of marketing and advertising. And it's photorealistic. And when we decided to start this adventure, I said, let's camp on a beautiful, optimistic space in pop culture where we could create the world we want to live in. And Ashley gave like the greatest compliment the first time I started showing some of these images. And these are all our images. None of them were produced by external houses. We did this all in-house. And Ashley said, oh, it was the picnic right there. That picnic photo, Ashley, at the bottom, or illustration. Ashley's like, oh, I want to be there right now. I want to be there eating that fruit in that field in Tuscany. And I was like, oh, we did a good job, right? We also got a chance to upgrade the technology there. Oh, I can see Hernan in the corner there. Hey, Hernan, hello. I see your face there. We put technology in it because, I love the 1950s. I thought it was a very cool time, but, I'm not down with landlines and what are they, like mimeograph machines and anyway. So, okay. The origins of this story we're going to talk about tonight started in Treviso, Italy, my mom's hometown. I started with that slide just to let you know, we're not faking this. These are my relatives. They have no idea that they're featured on these slides right now. I should probably tell them. You usually get this call. Did you talk about us? I'm like, yeah, I did. So there's a picture of Joe with his exact same age, his cousin, our cousin, Luca. They're biking fools. They bike, run, jump, everything that they can. They're completely fit. That's not me. I'm a very different kind of cousin. I don't run and bike and that kind of thing like those guys do. But this is the thing that happened in Italy. I was living there. I lived there in the summers, and I was exposed to, right in front of my own eyes. On the right is what olive oil looks like the first few minutes of a pressing every fall. And I thought I knew quite a bit about olive oil. My mom was an absolute connoisseur of olive oil. She made special trips into downtown Toronto to import places to get olive oil. The hardest thing to see, though, is right in front of your own eyes. And we all had a general understanding that olive oil was good for you. But when I had this moment of epiphany, somebody showed me that green substance right there. That's not Photoshop. That's not colored. It is what olive oil looks like straight out of the spigot for the first few minutes of every press every fall, which is approaching at the end of October. Bright green product, and they filter out a lot of those fruit solids there. It's a fruit. Olive oil is actually a fruit extract when you think about it, but they filter out the fruit product because it doesn't have shelf life. So this is our problem. Here's our problem right now in the US of A and Canada and most of the world. They sell us something that they tell us is olive oil, and many times it's not. Like this one says packed in Italy. Packed in Italy. If you look at the bottom in the fine print, it says produced in Italy and Tunisia. Refined olive oil is the first ingredient. Second ingredient is extra virgin olive oil. All the health statistics to do with this botanical come from extra virgin olive oil. But the saying is not true for second press. So, folks, if you're new to this call, I will tell you, I usually say all three Abrahamic religions on this planet do not agree about many things these days if you turn on CNN, but they all do agree that the olive has and occupies a special place to do with their culture and with history and with health and wellness, to be honest. So, Curtis, let's quick capsule summary this so we can show them the new slides.
Yeah. So this we call the awareness gap, right? So why are we talking about olives and olive oil? It's been around forever. Big whoop, right? So the big whoop is that most people, that's how most people feel. It's like, oh yeah, olive oil, it's good for you. Olive's good for me. Cool. But the gap is in what's actually possible from a product perspective and from a health perspective that medical science has now, over the last 10 to 20 years, discovered and identified about good quality olive oil and a variety of other components that can come and be derived out of olive trees. So the gap between the general populace's awareness of olive-derived products and the medical science and technology that allows us to extract and create products out of really high-quality componentry is massive. And filling that gap with education, with product, with benefits can bless the lives of a lot of people with health and can provide all of us with a lot of financial opportunity by filling that awareness gap. So bear with us as we take you on a journey and help you understand more about these incredible benefits from olives and olive tree derived products that we're going to be sharing with you.
It's true. And here's some of the stats, quick capsule summary. There is all kinds of unbelievable science. The real major science where they started statting this out started happening in about 2005. Before that, people just had a general understanding that olive oil was good for you. I always was brought up that way. In America, they're like, just sprinkle it on yourself. Don't do too much, though. It's expensive, right? And they say, don't cook with it. Ashley's quick to point out that the culinary world here in America tells you don't cook with olive oil. It has a lower smoke point. That is, I have a well-calibrated BS meter. That is way off the BSometer. I don't know what it is. Anyway, it's not true. You can cook with it. You can fry with it. Every self-respecting Italian kitchen over there uses olive oil. Stop. There is no canola oil, sunflower oil to do with, most dishes over there. So cardio support. Look at these statistics here, folks. I'm not going to dive too deeply into it tonight, but cardio support, mortality, less death. That is an outrageous number right there. 8 to 9% less death. Brain health, not caffeine, not stimulation of the central nervous system. We're talking about it helps with mental acuity and the problems with sticky proteins, the beta amyloid accumulation that happens with adult onset dementia and whatnot. But the big one that really had our epiphany was it's an anti-inflammatory.
I think something to point out here on this slide, these stats aren't stats that we came up with or pulled out of a hat, right? These are all third-party, very heavily studied things, right?
Unfortunately, sorry, the thing fell out, the
okay.
sites.
We're talking like New England
JAMA, Journal of
New England Journal of Medicine, and all sorts of other sources that these are coming from.
And why is that important? Well, here it is. And this is the crux of it, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Average Italian consumes 14 liters of high quality extra virgin olive oil per year. The Greeks, 20 liters. Average American, less than 1 liter of crappy olive oil per year. Not even extra virgin. It's just olive oil. Stop. Second press, third press, blah, blah, blah. Okay, why is that important? Well, if you haven't noticed, if you go over to Europe, they do things like eat real cheese, and they have like, a lot of times they have like a glass of wine with their lunch. They'll have wine with their dinner. They eat pasta and bread, and they enjoy better health statistics than we do. There are entire regions of Italy that are blue zones. And what does that mean? There's the highest population portions of the planet that live over to be over 100 years old. That's crazy. And Joe and I can tell you, like, Zio People is on one of those slides, Joe. The dude's like 100 years old. It's not 100. He'll hate me if he hears that. He doesn't speak English. Don't worry about it. He's about, 83, Joe? Goes to work every day. He owns his business, but 83, 82?
82 or 83. He goes to work every single day, including like weekends. Like he's nonstop.
Three mandatory family extended dinners a week. Not mandatory, but you're talking about Sunday dinner every week, Thursday pizza party. They usually get together on Tuesdays as well. I'm like, this is insane. But it comes with some stats. Now, here's something, it might be a new word for the new people on the line. And then we're going to jump into things. Oleocanthal. This word didn't exist prior to the early 2000s. It's a component of olive oil, good quality, high phenolic, big word, olive oil. A good olive oil will leave a peppery kind of taste in the back of your throat, similar to what an uncoated ibuprofen would do if you chewed it and swallowed it. And Ashley, the guy's name that discovered this?
Gary Beecham,
Thank you.
Yep.
Sicily. He was on. I'm quoting Ashley to Ashley. He was on an olive tour in Sicily, and he's a sensory chemist. And he said somebody put ibuprofen in my olive oil, and they're like, "Why would you say this?" And he's like, "Because there's properties of ibuprofen that leaves a peppery kind of burn on the back of your throat." Well, a good extra virgin olive oil initiates what at times called 3 coughs. You go like this, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a pretty decent salesman. I think I could educate on a lot of health benefits of a lot of different things. However, I'm not a good enough salesman to take an average American from 1 liter of olive oil to 14 liters a year, let alone 20. But how do we get the benefits of extra virgin olive oil?
Well, and I think it's important to note, right? We're highlighting one phytochemical nutrient, oleocanthal, but the reality is that good quality extra virgin olive oil, which all those stats were based on, are full of different phytochemical nutrients, high levels of various polyphenols, depending on the quality of the extra virgin olive oil. We've mentioned a couple of times the term high phenolic extra virgin olive oil. That's a whole different level of extra virgin olive oil. It's specifically cultivated to be super high in a variety of polyphenols, oleocanthal being one, oleuropein, verbascoside, all these different kinds of polyphenols, which are incredible antioxidants that are all uniquely derived from olive tree sources.
Yeah. What parts of the olive besides the fruit are we getting our extraction from, Curtis?
Yeah. So there's olive leaf extract, there's olive pulp extract, there's olive oil, different qualities. But how do we make it easy for people to consume that, right? How do we get that incredible Mediterranean type diet aspects that the Italians and Greeks are getting with all their consumption of good quality extra virgin olive oil? But how do we increase that opportunity and simplify it at the same time?
I have an answer. I don't know if that was a rhetorical device, but why don't we show them?
Sure.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been following our little crazy adventure here since the start, you're about to see some new stuff tonight. We've been holding this part of it. You've been able to see that we are introducing a soft gel that has high phenolic extra virgin olive oil in it, but we are now able to release the whole bit of it. So folks, sorry, this is a little tease right here. Everybody that's seen this pitch in our office right here has watched Curtis take this tin out and pull out little bottles of green olive oil. And we'll pour a shot and people will do the 3 coughs and we videotape it and we laugh, haha, and we do a salute, the whole bit. But the actual tin has been hiding the actual secret of what we're going to be launching. Part of it you've seen, which is these little soft gels, okay? But let me show you the rest of the story. Curtis, I might have you unveil this. These slides were created in the last couple of days. Ladies and gentlemen, announcing our product that we will be kicking off with here in the coming weeks, Prima. It simply means first. First in Italian is Prima. And this is referring to the first press of the olive oil. It's also the first product that we're releasing, and it is the way that you can get the full court press, no pun intended, of the olive from the comfort and safety of your home without having to change to the Mediterranean diet. By the way, I'm highly endorsing the Mediterranean diet. However, we are Americans, and you notice it's Italian purity meets American, what do we say, ingenuity or I don't know, whatever, purpose. Yeah. Yes, that's a nice way of saying we figure things out, right?
Yeah, so for those who've been paying attention, this is different than what you've been seeing, right? Well, we've been working on this product for a long time, and we've known for a few weeks now that this change was coming because we wanted to provide even more. And in order to do that, we needed to add a few things, and we needed to expand the form factor of what Prima would become. And we wanted to be able to roll that out in an appropriate time, which is now. So now you're getting all this componentry that you're seeing here. So a super high quality, high phenolic extra virgin olive oil in 2 gel caps. Now, just as there's Yeah, and 2 soft gel caps. Just as there's a broad array of qualities of regular olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, high phenolic extra virgin olive oil, there's a mass array of quality there as well. And the componentry that's in the specific sourcing of our high phenolic extra virgin olive oil is extremely high in oleocanthal, oleuropein, and these other really important polyphenols. So we simplify the process by putting in these soft gel caps. Then our proprietary blend of olivectin, that's a made up word that we made up because it's our unique proprietary blend of a very special source of olive leaf extract and olive fruit extract, which is an extract from the olive pulp. So that's a very special combination of these extracts.
And we are not, I should point this out.
Yeah.
Me and Ashley and Curtis and Adam and the other, we're not doing this in our garage, folks. This equipment to actually do these extractions didn't exist several years ago. Both the IP for the extraction of the leaf and the fruit are both 2 independent entities in Europe that we have contracted with. And that should make you feel better, okay? There's a certain limit to our skill set over here, right? But we have that exclusive, we have that amazing relationship with those guys, and we have our exclusive combination of both. Now, Rosa is brand new to you guys. We wanted, I know the question that's coming out. Last week I talked about Complan, and I had a price point out there, and I threw 110 as a price point, 123 for one-time purchasers, 110 with 100 QV and our PV, CV, I think that's what our programmer likes, CV, commissionable volume. The price is exactly the price that I showed you last week, except this is what you're getting, okay? And if you guys know anything about the nutritional industry, bada bing, bada boom. Look at that tin right there. First of all, this is the shallow, self-centered Morton right here. Joe's the one that he'll talk to you till the cows come home about all of the phytonutrients in there. But I will tell you, I want things to look cool. People keep tins. They keep tins. Tins are like things like those Danish cookies that you get at Christmas time. Ray was on the line. He sent me immediately a picture of a tin of the cookie jar. I was always disappointed. I would grab, oh my gosh, we got the Danish cookie things. I'd open it up and my mom had like buttons in it or like, whatever. And I was like, ugh. Okay, people keep tins. After 30 days of these packets, and you'll notice that I don't know if I can show this up. I should have done like a 3D, but okay, you can see it at the top there. Yeah, so you see the pillow pack at the top. Imagine this thing completely full. So instead of a pillow pack, if you're used to that, in a box, this comes in a tin, and people keep tins. So I bet you by golly, when you're done your first 30 days, you ain't throwing it in the garbage. So you're welcome to, because it's recyclable. But like you can put marbles in it or Legos if you're a kid or whatever. I love that. So the last thing there that we have not talked about until this moment is a product called Rosa. It also happens to be my brother and she was our Aunt Rosa. And she was amazing. She's from Calabrese. So it means red in Italian. This is a blend of, if you know anything about Italy, the region that grows the best olives also grows incredible grapes. They make some of the best red wines. Anybody knows health and nutrition knows that grapeseed extract and grape skin have an amazing health benefit, specifically for a part of the body that we haven't talked about, and that is the eyes. Grapeseed extract and lycopene from the deep red pigmented tomatoes, not the ones you always get at the store, the ones that right now are being ripened on the vine. Your mouth waters, you put like tomato with some olive oil, some salt and pepper on toast, stop, change your world. But that lycopene and that grapeseed extract have been historically proven and scientifically validated to help with macular degeneration. What in the heck is that word, macular degeneration? I can tell you there's a few folks on the line that know exactly what I'm talking about. There's some amazing studies about the fact that you can help nutritionally support your body's ability to have better vision. Let's put it that way. In the corner there, you'll see the OLIABO packet. That's what this little packet looks like on the other side right here. These will be ready to purchase in November. Joe's getting gas for saying that. Let me show you a little close up here. Front, back. The front, branding. It'll probably look like that. It'll look like something like that. The back will look exactly like that, okay? 2 soft gels. with extra virgin olive oil, high phenolic extra virgin olive oil. And if you paid attention, infused with something very special, infused with some rosemary. When you get into the nutritional science behind olive oil in combination with a little bit of rosemary has this unbelievable kind of, I don't know, kicker effect. It also happens to be a very good component when you're pairing it in food too. So the green there, of course, the olivectin, and the red is the rosa. We will be presenting you lots of information after this. You don't have to speed write. What
Hey,
about
Gord.
the skincare?
Hey, Gord, can I
Sorry.
jump in for just a second?
Yeah, man.
Also, that tin, which I got to give you credit, Gord, beautiful imaging and branding. I just love it. That tin, if you were to look at that and see our lives growing up, for example, or anyone who's consuming extra virgin olive oil like we did as a family, it always comes in a tin. And the way Gordon designed that, honestly, it's as if when you showed it, Gordon, I was like, oh, that looked just like what we would have on our counter growing up. That was just the standard with extra virgin olive oil in it, of course. But
Like
I
that
love
mom got every month right there.
exactly. And I'll just kind of point out a little bit of that there's green, red, white, and green. And
Yeah.
that happens to be the colors of the Italian flag, which is kind of fun. And so, anyone who's watching this has been in the industry of network marketing for a while, the story is absolutely important, and this just helps round out the story. So I just wanted to throw that in there. Story is absolutely key. We'll get into it at a different time, but I just love this story.
Yeah, I think those are great points, Joe. And just to make sure we're clear, so it'll be a 30-day supply. 1 packet a day is the recommended serving size. So each tin will have 30 packets in it.
And thank you, Curtis. The beautiful thing is, I'm holding up my one finger here. If there is one product that you want to concentrate out the doors, it's not the only product we're going to have, but on opening month, we actually got the request. Can you, for the first month, just make one product available? And I was like, yes, no. Because this is one product. It's one SKU. It's one item number. But it's three for one, right? Okay. All right. I was sorry. Anyway, we're concentrating on one thing. But we all know young Ashley did an amazing job also pointing out the transdermal benefits of olive oil. In my house, my mom, she used olive oil for everything, okay? Like she'd go out in the sun to put olive oil on because it's a sunblock. Not on olive oil, extra virgin olive oil actually has like an SPF rating of somewhere between 6 and 10, depending on what the olive oil is. But you can't make that claim unless you have it tested. But who's going to test on something that is, anyway, olive oil, amazing for the skin. It's an emollient. It actually has all kinds of benefits. Ashley, I'm going to ask you to freeform for a second, but we're going to show folks. We've been showing them these little sneak previews, but we are announcing the Treviso product line. There are 3. The word viso in Italian means face. Viso means face. My mom's hometown, if you notice at the beginning of the slide deck, is Treviso, Italy. It actually means 3 faces. There used to be a statue protecting the town, except it got bombed. Apparently the statue needed to look up during World War II. So anyway, that statue still exists. There's a small version in town. This mug is from Treviso. It's got the 3 faces on it. We have a skincare line that we will be putting out this fall after we launch Prima. Ashley, I'm showing you Viso right here. This is one of the Viso anti-aging serum. Do you want to speak to this for a second?
Yes, I would love to. So this Viso Lux is a beautiful face serum where, okay, I just want to get this into your hands immediately because this is something I use every day. It's where I put it on my smile lines so they're not, so it doesn't show my age. I'm calling it smile lines and not crow's feet because we don't need any of that negativity here. We formulated this to help with fine lines and wrinkles and also bring out your skin's natural oils so you look refreshed and it's not a greasy look. It's a sheer, shiny, beautiful, youthful look. Yeah, I can't wait for you guys to try this.
Ashley, may I lead the witness for a second?
Yes.
There is obviously olive oil, olive squalene, which you've talked to us in the past, but olive squalane helps drive this product in. It got a nice dry residue. What else did you put in
Yeah.
the Visolux?
So the reason this gives you this beautiful sheen on your face is this component that we call mangosteen seed oil. So it gives it this beautiful antimicrobial sheen. And sheen is the best word to use because it's not greasy, it's just beautiful. And it just blends into your skin. And without it, this doesn't exist.
There is a beautiful thing that Ashley discovered, that there's the olive has something called squalane that you can derive from the olive, and it mimics. Okay, it's Ashley, you taught me this. So all that squalene, it mimics squalene, correct? Your body's natural squalene.
Correct.
Is it, I get it reversed? Okay.
Yep.
So it also drives phytonutrients deep into the skin, which is unbelievable. Mangosteen it has an amazing story topically, but it is a heavier oil, and it also doesn't drive into the skin of near as well unless it's blended with this squalane. So, you guys, there's going to be lots coming out about this. This is just a little glimpse at our branding, and you're like, but wait, what happened to the 1950s? Well, that exists for one of our categories. This is the branding for the Treviso line. You get the little other glimpse here. It's all Italian based, and 3 products: a Visolux, the eye serum, the Viso hydrator, and the Viso cleanser. More to come on that. These are just tease imagery. I'm going to leave. Wait. Okay. Joe, I'm going to tease Joe a little bit. Not tease, but when we launched a company called Zango in 2002, the whole America, the world has kind of fallen into, I say that our ego was a few quarts low because, 9/11 was the year before. The nutritional industry, it had been years since something new had been introduced. People started saying things like direct selling is dead. It's been years since anything's really happened. And that always bumped me out because I was raised in a direct selling nutritional household. So we decided to camp on a very bold brand space and color orange back in the day. And people started having success. And Joe started saying, it's safe to dream again. And I was like, dude, that's so Tony Robbins. Don't do that. And he's like, shut up. I like Tony Robbins. I'm like, okay. And then everybody started quoting him. And I was like, what do I know? I'm just the older brother that's grouchy. So I was quoting Joe to Joe a couple weeks ago. I said, this is a Joe quote. It's safe to dream again in 2025. Folks, I'm not the brightest guy in the world, but I'm certainly not the dumbest. And I do know this, that if you take the right category creating product paired with the right opportunity and time it just right, you're going to do well as a company, as a brand, as an independent distributor, as an independent person building a business from the comfort and safety of their home. And this is an easy way to follow us. A shameless plug for the brand, for our social media platforms. But I'm going to finish. Oh,
let me
okay. Before I do that,
let me do one thing before you do that. So
that slide you want, Curtis, like ribbon. You want this one?
It's fine. It's fine. I'm just going to riff for a sec. So
I'd rather look at that. Whatever.
So I hope at this point you're seeing, you're catching a little bit of the vision, right? There's a very deeply rooted story connected to the founding team, right? The Italian roots, the Italian heritage, the branding and the visuals and the connection that is, both that 1950s stylistic look, the Treviso line look, the products themselves, right? You can find other olive tree derived products out there, but I promise you will find nothing that even comes remotely close to the componentry and what we're putting together and what we put in
nothing
today.
Good point. Nothing.
We didn't even touch on Flex or some of the other things that we have coming out as well, but we've created all of these products. We've sourced the componentry of these products. We've done deep dives on what it is that makes all the different componentry amazing for our health and everything else, and how they can all fit together in an incredibly sophisticated way, both for the internal supplements and for the topical elements. So please do not be confused. These are truly unique products. the story, the brand, the business that we are building is not a fly-by-night business. It's not just something we've thrown up overnight. We've been working on this for nearly a year. We know what we're doing. We're very serious about what we're bringing to market. And we're excited to be able to share that with you. And we really, really hope you'll join us on this journey because it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, a good point. By the way, Curtis, good point. Well, sometimes we don't take ourselves very seriously. It's kind of funny. I'm purposely leaving Joe's slide up there just to make him nervous. Joe's like, why are you leaving this picture of me there hanging forever? Because I think it's funny that Joe's like, keep that slide, get the slide off of there. No. So you have to look at Joe. We take our business very seriously, though, folks.
Yes.
We really do. I take this very seriously. I work long hours. I'm proud of that. I kind of like that work ethic. I had an immigrant mom, and I used to think that the stat was amazing that the first generation immigrant to the United States was several times more likely to make $1 million in their life than someone born in the United States. So I was born in Canada, so I had to move to the United States just so I could have some good stats. So, but the point that I'm making is that this right here, if you have any, Ray will usually use the quote that if you were to find the right timing on an opportunity and build something as if your very life depended on it for 90 days, Ray, I'm quoting you, still in your quote tonight, that you can change your life. And I'm serious, you can. Because Ray was trying to challenge me if I could say a little bit about compensation tonight. I'm not going to do a full comp plan training. I did that last Thursday, and Adam and Curtis claimed that it has been recorded and we will be releasing that again. Correct?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah, what we're in the process of right now is doing some cleanup on that to trim it down as far as the time wise goes. But we're going to have that in the next week or so to be able to share with those who've signed NDAs so that that's easier to digest and consume and come up with questions that you have for us. So we're going to get that in your hands probably next week.
Okay, so I'm going to say this about it. We tell people Premio Pay is what we're calling it. Premio Pay is our own made up word. And because people will knock off compensation plans, but they're going to have a tough time following all the things that we're doing on this one. But we say work where you want and earn what you deserve because it's your red, white, and blue right to. OLIABO comp plan is really just me plus 3. By the way, I'll throw it out there for, I won't mention her name. Yesterday was saying, can it be 2? I'm like, well, it can be whatever you want it to be. She's like, well, 2. Why not 2? I'm like, because I like 3, first of all. And you can do 3. If you do 2, you can do 3. Me plus 3, okay?
Me plus 2 doesn't rhyme.
Me plus 2 doesn't
Me
rhyme.
plus 2 doesn't rhyme.
So she's like, well, maybe offline will give you something. I'm like, okay, good. Okay, so me plus 3. We have a couple of philosophies in our comp plan. Sometimes you've been involved with opportunities and they're like, you have to, like, it takes you 3 days to try to understand what the heck their comp plan is doing. We have a very simple philosophy. It's keep it simple. It's don't mess with people's rice bowl. What we launch with, of course, there will be, like a few things that we'll get everything as right as we can, but it was like, oh no, you did this and you have to toggle this, whatever, that. But we're not changing the comp plan. This is my whole thing, guys. I want it right out of the gates so that 3 months down the road, I'm not changing the comp plan. There are some ridiculously talented, amazing people out there in this industry that really have their heart in the right place, trying to help people get going. But the compensation plans are very complicated these days out there. And sometimes the complication doesn't play in favor of the customer distributor. We have transparency and accountability. This is something we take very, very seriously as well. Our comp plan is easy to look at. It has dynamic compression. You can see what people are doing. There's no word games. I made an irreverent comment about the Sex Panther cologne last week. I think it was funny. Really good because it's a real panther in it, and 60% of the time it works 100% of the time. We're not doing stuff like that, okay? The confused don't buy and the confused don't build businesses. So our goal is not to confuse you. And I think we built a pretty nice little comp plan. Here's a couple of unique selling features for Ray. Weekly, monthly, quarterly commissions, 50% payout on every CV unit. What? 50%? What? Yes, 50%. You got it right.
Not up to or
Not
how
up
much
to.
as.
Not as much as 50%. 50. Okay. 50%. So easy price points. You'll see, right? We have easy price points. Not like it takes you $131.70 to qualify. Okay. Dynamic compression. That is what it says it is, no breakage. We'll explain that to folks who don't understand it at another time, because I'm not that good a salesman to be able to do that. I was going to throw it out, and he's going to do it in a minute. Minimal CV split. What does that mean? I've seen a lot of companies out there, and I know everybody's doing the best they can. There's some wonderful people out there trying their best with comp plans, but this, I'm going to spend $250 to get 110 PV, and then I'm going to get a 38% payout. Forget it. That's no, it's like crime. It doesn't pay. Minimal structure requirements. Okay, this is a live and learn for my folks from Zango, to my peeps, throwing a little love out to my peeps. Couldn't get everything right, 2002, so we took some structure requirements out. So anyway, I'm going to finish with this. Not only work where you want, but work when you want, work with whoever you want, and earn what you deserve. And this is the part of the thing that is American. We say Italian authenticity meets like American purpose. We're good at business in America. We've always been good at American business. Get your red, white, and blue right to earn whatever you deserve. Okay, so I'll leave that. I'm gonna drop off the sharing for a second because there's some talented folks on the line that I think we should throw to. What do you think, Curtis?
Yeah.
Turn it off. Yeah. I know it's easier said than done, brother. Okay, go for it.
I got you. No, yeah. So you know,
Oh, there's Ray. I didn't see Ray. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I see him now.
He's there. He's hiding.
Okay.
No, so I think it's important to note that you know we somebody said a little while back, they brought up the term Renaissance in as far as like what we're working towards and the potential of us trying to bring about a renaissance within the direct selling space. And really we take that very seriously. Actually, we've latched onto that, and we are definitely working towards and striving very hard to drive a renaissance within this space. We love the space. We love the direct selling model. We love the people. And so we're all about building a brand, building products, building a team, building a community, and working our tails off to support our customers and those of you who will decide to work with us and be our reps and distributors.
And by the way, you don't have to work your tail out. You do whatever you want.
Well, but we're gonna work hard.
That's our commitment to you guys, okay? Yeah, by the way, this comp plan's so easy, a dog with a note in his mouth can do it. Like, honestly, it's as easy as falling off a log. I don't want to try to unpack the whole thing tonight. Apparently, the robots are gonna.
Yeah, we'll have a good video for you on that
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah, I see Hernan on the line, and I see Ray. Well, I see Ray's name now. So, Ray, in what? Well, you just muted. Now I see Ray, Aaron. I see Ray, and I see Aaron, the name. But maybe we throw. There he is. There's Ray. Ray, I don't know what order you want to go in, brother, but I know I've been all over the place. Okay, tonight. You asked for it, though. He's like, hey, you talking about comp plan too? So, brother, thanks for calling in tonight. You want to share a little bit?
Well, always, and great presentation, guys. You need to learn to relax a little bit. You're so excited. You got us all excited. I absolutely love, Gordon, you and I talk late nights lots of times. Presentation is everything. And I absolutely love this little tin with the 30 packs inside. That's unique. It's different. You don't see that anywhere. We all of us on this call. By the way, there's just south of 200 people here tonight. In case you can't see how many's here. So,
No idea. I have no idea.
We're just getting started. So, it is a beautiful presentation, and I encourage all of you. Curtis threw some names out there, and you'll get a follow-up email with some terms. I encourage you. The big thing today is go to AI and ask them what they think. And it's a pretty cool tool. I don't build a business with AI, but I sure do consult it a few times a day, and I rather like that. And I'm telling you, you take those names that Curtis is going to send to you and just ask AI what they think. You'll be shocked. And you're going to say, maybe that guy that was so excited talking about this product might have had an idea what he was talking about. Folks, we're going to have a unique product. We got a unique company. Let me just say this. Network marketing, when it's done right, it's a beautiful thing. And I've experienced both, good and the bad. For the most part, though, in my 40-year career, it's been good. But I can tell you, OLIABO will be done right. I know it will. I've got the experience with this guy you're looking at right here tonight. He's kind of handsome, you know. You should have seen him 25 years ago. He needed security guards to keep the girls off of him. But I love Gordon and Joe. They're good friends of mine. I've known them for more than 30 years. And, I don't need to throw around, and neither do they, words like integrity, because most of these companies, they tell you they have it, and most of them are lacking it. They just live it every day. I spent a lot of time with these guys long before Zango, but 15 wonderful years. Made an awful lot of money and friends all over the world. I've seen many of you on the call here tonight. Good evening to you. Many of you I have talked with, since 2008 or 2017, I should say. And looking forward to working with all of you. I promise you, we're at the right place at the right time. You get one chance to be at the right place at the right time. And you're right here in the very beginning before they turn on the switch. And I thank you, Curtis, for the timer that's going on in the OLIABO site. I want you all to think about this very clearly. There's not going to be hundreds or thousands of people involved in this company. There will be millions. You heard it here tonight. Just believe me, there will be millions. I've experienced that before with these guys. They know exactly what they're doing. They've got great business acumen. They understand this industry. I was talking to a very powerful network marketer last night. Very powerful. And, he just said the things that made my heart sing, actually, because he was just telling it like it is. It seems like no company these days are ran the way they should be. They've forgotten the very things that it takes to be successful, and most owners don't really even understand the industry. But folks, I got to tell you, these guys understand it. Let me just share this with you, as I do often. 40 years ago, I got some very sage advice from my personal mentor, Mr. Jim Rome. Spent quite a bit of time with him when I got started in this industry. And he said to me, Ray, if you find the right company in this industry at the right time and built your business as if your life was hanging in the balance for 90 days, it could set you up financially for the rest of your life. It was sage, extra sage advice for me. I took it to heart because I didn't know any better, and I just went for it. And he sure was right. So that was the formula for me, and I put that into practice 4 different times in my career, and it's worked each and every time. Find the right company at the right time. 90 days as if your life depended on it. Most of you know my story. I was born, born in a house with a dirt floor in a little dusty southwest Oklahoma town. And that particular advice and joining the right company at the right time and giving it everything I had took me from, abject poverty. I can talk about poverty a long, long time. If you ever lived that way, you never want to go back. That advice took me from poverty to fortune, and I ain't never going back because I got the secrets to success, and I'm sharing it with you here tonight. So don't get caught doing less than you can do over the next 3 months. Just reach out to people. There's nothing new under the sun. Just simply make a list of the people that you know, that you have influence with. Ask them to get on one of these calls and share this beautiful story of OLIABO with them, and you'll get your share of people, and you'll begin to grow and grow and grow. I'm telling you, I know God has smiled on me one more time, and I'm so fortunate. This is the way I feel personally. So happy that OLIABO has found me, or I have found OLIABO to be a bookend to my career. I'm not a young guy. All of you can look at me and certainly know that. I've still got a lot of gas in my tank, and I'm here to help all of you that want to succeed. But I promise you, this is the last one for me. I'll be here until Jesus takes me home, and I am thrilled to be here. I know how big this was going to be. I've never had the opportunity in my career, 40-year career, of knowing the outcome before I get started. That's my conviction with what we have our hands on, and I don't want any of you to miss it whatsoever. I got some real powerhouses on this Zoom tonight. Powerhouses. Built organizations much bigger than most network marketing companies. They're here listening. And I hope they see in this what I do. And not for the reasons that you might think. Here's the reason. These guys have so much influence with so many tens of thousands of people around the world. If they grasp this and what I believe it's going to be, they can change the lives of tens of thousands, probably hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people. That's why I hope that they see it. And I really appreciate you all being here. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. I could go on about the wonderful things that I think about these guys and this company and all the executive team. Appreciate you all so very much. And I got a good friend of mine that's going to say a few things. Hernan Lawless. Hernan and I have been associated for, gosh, I guess 20 years or better. He's a phenomenal network marketer. He cares about people. That's what I like about him the most. He really cares about people, and he was with us in the Zango Corporation in the past, did extremely well. He's a personal protege of a good friend of mine, also a powerhouse in this industry, Mr. Bob Schmidt, who is no longer here today. But, Hernan learned from him like I learned from Jim Rohn. And I think the world of you, Hernan. We work hand in hand a lot, talk to a lot of people. He's going to have a phenomenal business. Hernan, just share with the people what you see here with OLIABO. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Ray. Thanks, everyone. So I just wanted to share with everyone that I've never had more fun and made more money and met more incredibly talented, fun people than I did when I worked with these guys in the past. I mean, Robin and I just had a ball. It was an experience unlike anything we've ever had in the industry. And I've been doing this since I was 18, and I'll be 71 tomorrow. So, and I've been supplementing for many, many years. I am so excited about this product and what we're going to be able to do for people. The other thing that has really lit me on fire is when Gordon went through that compensation last week. Holy smokes. You mean to tell me that the average person's going to be able to rank up fairly quickly and have success? Are you going to really allow that to happen? That's unheard of. Do you realize for the last, I don't know how many years, 10, 15 years, we've been running around like crazy people, attaching ourselves to all the wrong opportunities, comp plans that don't have compression, comp plans that don't pay any kind of residual. You got to keep sponsoring in order to make any kind of an income. And here you've got Primo Pay. Boy, what a great job, you guys. That is an incredible compensation plan. I predict that if you dig in and you work at this, it's going to duplicate on you. And it's going to duplicate at a rate where you're going to create so much financial leverage for yourself. You're going to wonder, where has this opportunity been my whole life? It's going to be amazing. If you really dig in and work at this and build out your teams and help your people to succeed and run through the ranks, it'll just take on a life of its own. It'll run away from you. That's how fast it's going to duplicate out. And that's, I think, where Ray gets this vision of these big numbers. And that's really what you want. But we haven't had anything like that in the industry at all for many, many years. You bust your hiney and nothing duplicates. The product, the comp plan, whatever, the ownership, whatever, is kind of, stopping the progression, stopping the duplication. This is going to be a home run, guys. And to just finish it off real quick, I thought I had fun before working with you guys. I think this is going to be the pinnacle. Like I really feel like we're going to have so much fun and make so much money and help so many people. It's going to be fire, I'm telling you. So thank you so much for allowing me to say a few words. Love and appreciate all of you. Thank you for your hard work.
And thank you, Hernan. Thank you, Ray. So something, I mean, Ray and Hernan, well, you guys, there's people that are always wanting to hear from people who've been taking the products. And we've got some samples out there and some people have some great testimonials, and would love to hear some of those experiences that you've had. Would be great.
You want to go, Ray?
Yeah, I'll be
Ray,
happy.
you gotta talk about your porch, Ray. Like you're hiding behind that one. That's an amazing thing. Like you were talking to me the other day. By the way, I have mustache envy. Like Vernon and Ray have like the best mustache.
Yeah, just to clarify, like it's really important to note that the products are critical to the opportunity, right?
Yes.
We are all in on the products.
Yep.
I learned about all sorts of different olive products and this whole array of things 2 years ago on a trip to the Mediterranean myself. And I've been personally taking my own blend of products for 2 years that I've been personally sourcing from the Mediterranean. And products is what we are leading with. Brand is an important component of that. And the compensation plan is an important piece to get the word out and to make sure that these benefits can get out there. The benefits include all those different little stats that Gordon touched on, but you'll get an email tomorrow that goes through a lot of these words and componentry so that you can see anti-inflammatory, brain health, cardiovascular health, all these different things that a good high quality extra virgin olive oil, olive leaf extract, olive pulp extract, oleocanthal, oleuropein, verbascoside, all these different words and componentry combined create incredibly amazing package of benefits that come. And we can't, we got to be careful compliance wise what we're saying and claiming, but that's why we want you to go dig in and do the research yourself so you can get that nice third-party validation. But already people are having incredible stories and experiences with our products. Just wanted to position it that way to make sure people are clear.
Excellent.
Product first, opportunity to help the product get out there. And by helping the product get out there and millions of people experience these benefits, the financial opportunity comes as well.
Excellent.
I have no doubts whatsoever. Just all you got to do is read the research, like Curtis said, and like I said, go to AI, check those out. You're gonna get benefits with this without a doubt. I took it for 1 week, and by the way, there's a real challenge for samples, folks. So don't get crazy and say you don't have them yet. Pretty soon we'll be able to order it and we'll have all we want. But I was 1 week on the product, and as Gordon knows, Gordon, probably since you were here, I've built a lot more, but I have a lot of wooden decks. I mean, a huge deck in the front of my house, in the back of my house. I have a huge gazebo with steps going way down a hill. There's a lot of wood decks. Well, with this product, I hand brushed every deck, railing, everything, the I forgot what you call anyway, doesn't matter. Over 7 gallons, almost 8 gallons of stain, hand brush up and down on my knees, mostly on my knees, doing all of that. And I'm telling you, I was as flexible as I was. I just felt better, number one. And I had complete flexibility as if I did when I was in my 20s. So it kind of opened my eyes for sure. And having talked with Joe, you guys all know Joe is an Ironman athlete, and he's broken most every bone he has. And I mean, he's got broken bones now, and he's out running. And when the doctor told him he shouldn't run, but he's taking this product. And so who knows? I just got to believe everybody's going to get great results. It's probably not, look, don't expect day one, like the days when ephedra and whatever it was in this industry, and you could take it and get an immediate result. I believe you take this product for 30, 60, 90 days, you're going to be a fan for life. Now that's a recipe for big success. I've always said the whole world's looking for natural shortcuts to better health, and they're looking to make more money. My goodness, we zeroed in on the target here in Oilabo. It's going to be great. I know it. And look, I first talked to Hernan was so excited to learn about this. He got in his car like day one, drove 3.5 hours. He and his wife, Robin, came to the office.
Story.
Yeah. Now,
True story. Yeah.
my testimony is probably not going to get us in trouble with the FDA. Now, Hernan, I can't vouch for his testimony. Great. Hernan, share with everybody a little bit what happened.
Yeah, so we
Right.
yeah, so we came down. Ray and I were on the phone with Gordon, and Rob and I jumped in the car and drove to Salt Lake and met with Gordon and the crew. And
Another state.
Yeah,
From another state.
yeah. Yeah, I was
Not from like Ogden, from like a whole other state.
I do not like that drive, by the way. But we're glad we did. We got to hang out with everyone, and we were there for about 3 hours, and they sent us home. Ashley had these nice little gift bags full of samples, and I mean, it wasn't much. That's the little bottle of Flex, and the serum was about that big, and we had some of the olive oil. But we came home, and right away we started our experiments. So we experimented on the most negative people on the planet. Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't work. It's all placebo. You're here you go again. And it's Robin's mother, my mother-in-law, Marilyn. She has scoliosis of the spine. She goes from one side of the kitchen to the other side of the kitchen. It's about 4 feet. She goes with a cane or a walker. If she doesn't have her cane or walker, she might not make it to the other side. That's how bad it is. When I go up to see if she's okay, she's upstairs. When I go up to see if she's okay, she's leaning on the kitchen counter because she hurts so much. So Robin put 3 drops. I would say she had discomfort. Let me qualify.
This was with Flex, correct, Hernan?
Yeah, with the Flex. She had discomfort. How's that? That's better. And Robin rubbed it in like Ashley said, warm it up in your hand. And she applied it on her hips and her lower back. Well, she let go of the counter, and she was just standing there. And she said, "What is this supposed to do?" We're like, "We don't know." And she says, "I think I got my balance back." And then we realized she wasn't holding on to the counter. And we thought, wait a minute. So Robin said, "Can you walk for me?" And she walked right down the center of the kitchen without touching either one of the counters. And then she continued and went, and she's got a giant kitchen island. She continued all the way around, and she walked that thing twice without touching the counter. And then that's when I realized, holy cow, hang on, let me get my phone. And I hit the video and I said, okay, now walk down towards your bedroom. She walked down, never touched the couch or the counter. And then I asked her to turn around and come towards me. She spun around, kept her balance, and came right back at me. It was unbelievable. And then she sat down in the chair and she said, do you think I have a lot of discomfort in my knee? It really a lot of discomfort. So Robin took a couple of drops, warmed it up, rubbed it in, bam. She's like, oh, now that I will buy. Just like that. And then it was only a couple days later, Robin had a headache and she asked me to get her some aspirin. Not Tylenol, because we don't take that here, but aspirin. And I said, aspirin? I said, well, why don't we try the Flex? Why don't we try the Flex? Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, there wasn't much left. And so I put 2 drops rubbed it in like this, got it warm, and then rubbed it into her forehead and the back of her neck. And I just walked away. I just walked away. And the next morning she got up and she goes, you know, I didn't tell you, but right after you put that flex on, I was okay. I was good. Like, I didn't need any aspirin. I thought, you've got to be kidding me. Unbelievable. And there's more stories than that, but that kind of gives you an idea of what we experienced just in the first few days.
Yeah, there's some incredible things going on. So the internal with the Prima, the external with the Flex, and with the the serum, which is Viso Lux, and many other products we'll be coming out with. There's some incredible componentry with some incredible benefits that are going to bless the lives of a lot of people. And the more that you listen and the more that you learn and then dig in on your own to different third-party information, you'll be able to understand what we're talking about on a level that's pretty incredible, and that we need to be careful from a compliance standpoint. So we'll send you an email tomorrow. Look for an email tomorrow that has terms like high phenolic extra virgin olive oil, oleocanthal, oleuropein, verbascicide, various other words and terms that you can then go plug into your favorite search engine or AI assistant or medical journal, and you can learn about the benefits of a high quality extra virgin olive oil and all these other polyphenols. And then you can know that that is the componentry in incredible concentrations that we're putting into our products and sourcing from very high quality sources.
Yep. Well, you know, I'm going to ask maybe Joe, think about this for a second while I'm finishing up here, but why don't you take us out tonight, Joe? Hey, thank you, everybody. Oh my gosh, Ray, Hernan, you guys inspire me every time I talk to you guys. Unbelievable. I've been able to share experiences all around the world with these gentlemen. They're fantastic, and many people on the line. I'm going to have my brother take us home tonight. He doesn't know I'm going to do that. I'm just shouting out. But I was going to say, you know, there's some of the oldest literature in the world, some of the oldest books out there. If there was one botanical that has received unbelievable amount of praise over the years, it's olives and olive oil and olive tree. And if you guys, it is also that symbol. I don't know. I'm just saying it's out there. You know, world went through some dark times, and what was it? Hey, is it going to be okay? And then the dove showed up with an olive branch in his mouth, and it was like, it's going to be good. And the cloud parted, and, and then I was like, you know, that's good enough for me, guys. I think that's pretty good. I think we've been tripping around this industry looking for the greatest botanical that we got, and there it is right in front of us. It's like history's been telling us. It's right there. So science tells, but stories sell. And recent years, science has validated what we kind of are experiencing here with this product. And so, hey, thank you, you guys, everybody tonight, everybody.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, and I appreciate you. I really do. I really love you guys. You're the best. And Joe, little brother, you're down there in Southern Utah. There, you want to maybe take us home tonight? Finish off with a few comments.
Yes, you bet, Gordon. Thank you very much, and great presentation tonight. Really, really appreciated it. You know, as a closing thought, Gordon was talking earlier about blue zones, and as you study the blue zones around the world, clearly there's one in Greece, there's one in Italy, there's a new one emerging in Italy too. And as they study all these blue zones, there's certain keys that they find clearly that are pegged with each blue zone. And as we study the ones in Greece and Italy, as we've discussed, olive oil is a big part of this. But another one, and I want to make this very clear, there's something we do really, really well in direct sales, and that is community. Community is always a part of the blue zones, and doesn't matter where they are in the world. But community is very big. And as you saw, Gordon indicated our lives growing up, and very much a part of the community and that Italian roots and the family togetherness and so forth. But that's something that's been missing. You know what I mean? In this industry, it's been missing. We kind of lost this community, and we're going to do it. We're going to have a lot of fun. We got a lot of people of the community tonight, and we haven't even launched. This is like under NDA. I mean, it's pretty complicated to get on this call tonight, but that's going to see, and you're going to see this happen. Gord kind of touched on this in the past. There's going to be trips. Yes, guys, I'm telling you, we're going to have trips and we're going to have a whole lot of fun. And we're going to do meetings. Yes, I said it right now. We're going to do meetings. We need to get together again. Human beings need to be together. I like to refer to it as human touch marketing. This is something where we get together. We need each other. I'm just going to say it right now. Humans need to be around each other. So community is going to be a big part of it. And I'm just super stoked. So thanks. Thanks, everyone. Make it a great night, Gord. I'll turn it back to you to close.
You bet. Thank you, Joe. You folks, again, you've been such good sports here. It's going on 8:30 Utah time. So let's call it a night. But hey, may you be happy, healthy, safe, and at peace, folks. We are going to be sending more information through the channel. People like Adam and Ashley and Curtis, thank goodness for organized people. Joe and I we have our skill set. You don't want us in charge of zeros and ones and the robots, okay? That's not our skill set, but I've got some great partners here. So thank you, folks. Have the best night of your life.
Thank you, everyone.
Look forward to gathering again.
Thanks.
Thanks, everyone.
Cheers.
Appreciate your time.
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
everyone. Ciao, ciao.
Yeah.
Ciao a tutti.
Ciao, tutti. Ciao, ciao.
Recording stop.